without further ado, I would say, let's get this yarn ball rolling. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the SleepyCatFilms Official Podcast. I'm Logan Murray.
And I'm Bri Wimberly.
And, welcome to a very special episode. Today, we are interviewing a first. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? It is our very own Superman. Welcome to the podcast, Rick Ryder.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Welcome in. We're glad to have you.
I'm super excited.
I know. Finally got around my schedule.
It's been.
That's how it goes for most of us.
It's been a really busy week, I think, for all of us. So I'm
100%.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said in last week's episode, this is the highlight of my week for sure. And then after this, I have to go record my film final. So yeah.
Good luck with that.
Best of luck.
I am really excited for this episode, because this will actually, I think, be our last episode for the month of January. So yeah. Well, without further ado, I would say, let's get this yarn ball rolling.
All right. So we're very excited to have you, Rick. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
All right. So, as you know, my name is Rick Ryder. I was born in Minneapolis, Minnesota, actually. I lived there for the first 3 years of my life. And then my family at the time, we moved down here to the south. We moved around a couple states, didn't really settle down. And so I currently live in Florida since I was 7 years old, I believe. I've been living in Florida and I'm almost 18, so very long while.
Absolutely. I know I definitely moved around, so I hear you there.
Oh yeah.
Minnesota is so cold. I know you were only there for a little while, but it sounds much different than Florida.
It's quite the opposite. Yeah, it was very cold, but I'm kind of it's similar a little bit in like the dryness of it. But it's two different kinds of dry. Like if there it's like a cold dry, down here it's like a really really hot humid dry.
That's really interesting. I know being from Oklahoma myself, it's very very dry. So I'm right there with you.
Oh yeah, I bet.
I'm the only one.
No beaches in Minnesota.
And I'm the only one who only knows Georgia. Well, living in Georgia.
Oh,
that's gonna be
we've got a mixed bag here.
It's gonna be a recurring thing, folks. I'm the only one. No.
I did stay there briefly. It was nice.
Depends on what part you're staying in.
Blue Ridge. That's where I was.
Blue Ridge.
Blue Ridge is pretty nice. The wildlife up there is really gorgeous.
The cabins
I know
too, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I worked up there for a summer, and the frogs, size of my head, incredible.
Oh, they're huge. Yeah.
So you said you're almost 18. I'm assuming you're still in high school or a gap year maybe. What are you up to?
So yeah, I am in my senior year of high school currently. I just got accepted within the last week to a college, which I will be committing to. There I'm going to be pursuing an economics degree through a pre-law track. I intend to either go into tax or business law, I was thinking, one of those two, but wherever my econ degree takes me. So, yep, we're just getting started, basically.
Well, congratulations.
That's awesome. I get that, and congratulations, yeah.
Thank you.
I think
yes.
I'm a very practical person myself, so getting that econ and then law degree is a pretty smart move, if I don't say so myself.
Oh, yeah.
And I hope your studies take you far.
I hope so. I'm sure they will.
I get that. So, I know we spoke a little bit previously, but you said Some of your hobbies include listening to music such as rap and R&B and alternative
Yes.
rock, and writing. What are those like? How do you navigate that?
So we'll start with the music. I really got into like big on music, I would say in middle school. Um, because I really was able to like listen to my own music then. My family had like we started with an Amazon Music account. It was like a family thing, and so I got my own account when I got my phone, my first phone, and that's kind of when I started experimenting with listening to music. I started off with what my parents got me into, which was like a lot of rock and stuff like that. But then I kind of transitioned into kind of my own music. But I still stuck with some of like what I was listening to when I was a kid and everything. But I would
Yeah.
say, I mean, my favorite artist by far has to be Tyler, the Creator. He makes like my favorite music out of anyone else. I listen to him like way more than anybody else, but I love alt rock. Anything alt rock, I just love it. And I love indie music. Like, there's actually one at the college I'm going to. There's this girl who I met who makes music. She's so good. I can't remember her name. I think it's like Tori something, but she's so good. And I love Radiohead. Obviously, a little bit of a basic pick, but like you can't go wrong with Radiohead and the Gorillaz shirt that you're wearing, Logan. I love Gorillaz. Um, I mean, it's kind of everywhere. Even the R&B. You know, I listen to Daniel Caesar, Sir, some like not so well known R&B artists. Like I try to bounce between those three genres, but I would say those are definitely like my main three. And so ever since middle school, I've really been like big on music. I collect a whole bunch of vinyls. I have like 15 to 20 right now, I think. Got a bunch of music posters and everything. But yeah, always been big on like listening to music and stuff like that.
That's really cool. Do you consider yourself a cinephile?
Mm, no, not so much.
That's very fair. I just know uh, listening to music in different ways can be a really interesting experiences.
Oh,
Like
100%.
with records, you can't skip around too much like you can on Amazon Music.
Yeah, it's fun, especially like collecting them because you get to go out. I don't really like to buy them online unless it's one that I'm like really looking for, or if it's like a pre-sale or something like
Yeah.
that. I like to get them in person because it's more of like a hunt to find something. And so once you actually like find something that you want like in person, it's so much more rewarding than just getting it off like online or something like that. And just in general, like playing the record player and everything, it's like so fun. Ever since I got it like 2 years ago, it's been great. It's another way of listening to music, and even though it's not so different from like a streaming device or something like that, it's just it's just the vibe is kind of different. You get that?
Absolutely.
It's a different aesthetic for sure.
100%.
So we talked a little bit about, writing, music, art. Uh, Tell the people how you got into Sleepy Cat Films, especially the character of Superman, because I know we talked a lot about early on when you and I had first met. Um, I think we talked about Booster Gold. Was one of the first characters that we talked about. So
We
I guess
did,
I'm
we
just
did.
interested in telling the people about that.
So yeah, I think it was it Instagram that I first messaged you through?
I think
I
so.
think I saw one of your posts and I was really interested in it. I think it was just when you first got into Titans or something like that. And you had posted something on Instagram and I saw it and I was like, that looks really cool. So I DM'd you, I'm pretty sure, and I asked about like joining the server or something because I think you had mentioned it in the bio or I had saw it somehow. So like after that, we then set up my first audition. I think I auditioned for both like I think I tried out for both like the Flash, Kid Flash. I did a couple other characters. I did Slade, I think, like
Yes.
an old man Slade or something. Booster Gold, that's right. I remember talking about that. And there was a couple other characters we talked about in that initial interview. I can't remember,
I think
but yeah, I remember.
because I do vaguely remember. I think this was when I had a collection of characters just a list of characters that me and Nat had been casting for, and I think it was
I think so.
Flash, for sure. Booster Gold.
Yes, yeah,
Slade, I do remember auditioning you for. I
do.
think I also auditioned you for Hal Jordan, possibly?
I think you did. I was thinking about
Yeah.
that. I'm pretty sure you did. At some point, I think
Yeah.
that I did try out for Hal Jordan. Yeah. But and then I took like a little break because I did leave for a while.
Mhm.
But now I'm back and bigger than ever, I guess. Yeah. And then what was it? You were Grayson, I think, and then you were looking for
Yes.
someone else because I came back and I wanted to, actually like voice another character this time. And you had a couple openings, and then I said I'd try out, and then I eventually, I don't remember if it was on the spot that you asked, or if I knew ahead of time about Superman.
I think
'Cause I don't.
I don't remember because I remember I hopefully for listeners, this might be a big reveal to you guys. We are working on a Justice League film. I'm not writing it. But I was looking for Superman, Green Arrow, and I believe I was also looking for Jon Stewart. Or no, maybe it was Wally.
Mhm.
Maybe it was Wally. But I think I had you.
You,
I think
maybe, yeah.
I think I had auditioned you for Clark. And I think I had auditioned you for Wally. And I remember, it's really funny. I think I had considered you for Superman, just like maybe he can do it. And then I remember we were in the call with Edward, who plays Nightwing,
Yep,
and
yep.
you did the read through. He, I believe, was your partner in reading, or I was, and I
I think it was
remember,
both of you.
You popped off call, and he, I'll never forget it. He was like, "That's Superman," and I was like, I want to audition him. I want to do a chemistry test with the person who I have in mind for Lois, which, for people who are returning, you will remember that is Kyla Wallace, who also plays Starfire, Black Canary, many other characters. And I remember, if I have it, editor, which is me.
I am you, and you are me.
Go through it, try to find the audition with that scene. I just don't understand. How could you just go there? Did you talk to the president?
No, Lois, I don't think you understand. I have a responsibility. I have powers. I can't just sit on the sidelines. I did that for too long.
But aren't you scared?
Yeah, of course. But it's not that simple.
You don't owe anyone anything.
I know, but it's it's a duty I have. It was how I was raised. If you have the power to do good, to help people, use that power. My choices, my actions make me who I am.
I'll never understand you, Smallville.
Is that a bad thing?
No. You have this light, this good. To you, everything has value and good in it. Most people with the power that you have would kill monsters like Luthor. But you fight to see the good in everything. That's why I don't care what he says. You're not some alien. You're a human being who believes in good and fights for it. I love you, Clark.
I love you too.
Superman, report.
I'm sorry. I have to go.
Yay. Work.
All right, Clark, there's a Superman. What do we got?
Some broadcast. It's in an alien language. I've never heard it before.
Diana?
As John said, it seems to be an alien language. If I saw it in text, perhaps I could translate it, but
Nothing?
I'm sorry, Clark.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that.
You're good.
It's all right. John, pull it up.
On it.
Is it still going?
Yes.
We haven't heard all of it, if that's what you're asking.
But it is one of my favorite moments because I don't know if you can see it in my face while we were doing that audition, but it was like magical because I was like, holy shit. Rick understands both Superman and Clark in such a way that it's just like I can't see this from any other actor. When it comes to doing Justice League, I think what I'm really excited for, the dynamic that I'm excited to see, and I'm also excited to see it when we start recording for Rise of the Red Hood, even though it's very small, is seeing your interaction with TJ, who plays Batman. I am
Yes, that's right. You
very,
talked to me about
very
that.
excited for that. But yeah, one of the big
That's
things.
so cool to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
No.
I'm
you're
glad. I'm glad that I had such an effect. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely had a really fun time trying out. I think I was a little shocked in the beginning that I even got to try out for him because I never really thought about it before. But yeah, I've always liked Superman. I've always been more of a Superman over Batman type of guy.
Yeah.
His character has always been very interesting to me, to say the least.
Well,
That's really cool to hear.
yeah, it was a very special audition. It was one of the moments. There's a moment as a director and as a casting director where you send out a casting call, you have a few people send in self-tapes, you're like, maybe this person doesn't sound exactly like I want. And there have been a few moments. It was with Kyla, it was with Kat, who plays the Joker, it was with TJ, and it was with you, where I had a feeling about what I wanted for the characters, and either Kyla kind of had the opposite effect, I think, of everybody else, where it was like she did something that was different because she's English that just absolutely changed my mind on how I wanted it, and now it's changed my whole mind on how I want Tamaranians to seem and their vibe to seem like. And it's one of the things that I'm most excited to dive into when it comes to Titans, as well as anything else that she's in. But I remember specifically with you, what was so special about that audition was I thought I had found somebody who I really liked as Superman. And he submitted the tape, and I was like, dude, I think you'd be great for this. And he didn't respond to me. So I was like, okay, shit,
I think you told me that, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, shit, we don't have another Superman. And then I think that's when I reached out to you. You had just told me that you were interested in coming back and trying some other roles.
Beacon of hope.
Yeah, and I said, do you want to try for Superman? And you did it, and I honestly think one of the hardest things about being Superman is understanding the duality of Clark Kent and Superman. And I'm worried that
100%.
the dude, I was always worried that the dude who I had originally talked to, who I hope to work with in the future, but I think my biggest worry with him was that he was only going to be able to do Superman.
Right, yeah.
In that audition, I had you read both a scene with Clark and a scene with Superman, and I think that switch that you did and how fast you did it really did a lot for me.
Yeah, what it was for me was like I definitely see Clark Kent, like he really tries to show like his human side when he's not in this like in the costume. And not that he doesn't do it when he's also in the costume, but he really tries to like show how he like cares and how like soft and genuine he is. But then he does the same thing as Superman, but what he does is he kind of like he also like inspires hope at the same time, and he talks with such like confidence and like meaning that I feel like it's just you gotta differentiate the two
Yeah,
and like put like a clear line between the two like sides of his character.
absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, the tonal change in between performing for the whole world versus being with someone you're intimate with or that you know personally or that knows you personally is really, really important distinction.
Absolutely.
100%.
I want to talk a little bit about that audition process y'all were speaking about. Editor, who is Logan, you'll have to send me that clip because I'm very, very interested in it now. You mentioned one of the characters that you were auditioning for was Booster Gold, right?
Yes, I believe so. Because when that initially happened, I think Logan, did you ask me for Booster Gold initially?
I think that's who I had I think when I had sent out, either you messaged me or I sent out like a mass message to a group of people. But I remember talking to you, and we were looking for a Slade, and we were looking for a Booster Gold, which is for a show that I really, really one day hope to make called Blue and Gold, which is a
Yes,
in-universe
yeah.
podcast series with Ted Cord and Booster Gold interviewing heroes. I love the idea of it so much, but that's beside the point. We'll talk about that maybe later or a different time. But
That sounds very interesting.
yeah, I think I had reached out to you specifically
But that's good to know.
with Booster Gold in mind.
Yeah, I think so too. And I do love the Booster Gold character. I've known about him since I think I was in like 6th grade is when I first heard about him. I thought he was just like such an
Yeah.
interesting like an interesting like thing, especially paired with Blue Beetle. Like I just find it so cool that like he doesn't feel like he fits in the future, and so he has to go back in time with all of his gadgets and everything, and then and his like his ego and everything that like plays into it. It's just he's such a good character, and I definitely I think I do remember auditioning for him, and he has really fun lines for sure, and I like the way he talks and everything, and I mean I feel like just overall like out of all my auditions that I've done for Sleepycat Films, they're all really easy, and they're all really like they're like easy to do essentially. Like you feel very welcome, and you feel very like it just feels fun altogether, especially with everybody around and everything. It's just a great experience.
That's really sweet to hear. I'm glad that's your experience. And I feel like that's almost a reoccurring theme with these interviews is that y'all have created this reassuring and comfortable space for people to audition in. And I think that is such a unique situation. Real quick, back on Booster Gold. So, I have a question. If y'all have seen, there was a fan casting for Booster Gold vaguely recently. Have y'all heard anything about that?
Are you talking about Shane Top?
I'm talking about Shane Top, yeah. I will
I
have
don't
to
think I
send that
saw
to you,
that.
Rick,
No.
but, it was, I am such a Smosh fan, so to see him be propped up in that manner was really, really fun, and I haven't really explored Booster Gold as a character. So I would love to see more of him, not only
Oh,
on the
100%.
screen, but also his comics, you know? I'd love to do a little deep dive if you have any recommendations.
It's really interesting, and it's something that I actually didn't think about until hopping on. But there are 2 characters for Titans that I believe we talked about last episode that need to be recasted, and I actually have been trying to find somebody to have in mind, but I forgot that you had been originally auditioned for Slade, Rick. So
Oh, yeah,
I think I may have a role or 2 to talk to you about more off pod. That I'm interested
I
in
would
you
be
auditioning
very
for.
interested. Yes. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, so
Cool to hear.
we were talking about, the roles that you've auditioned for, how you got into SleepyCat Films. I guess I'm just curious, when it comes to the future, we've talked about a lot of stuff. What are you most looking forward to? What are your goals coming up in the next few years for us and beyond with this career?
Honestly, I just want to be able to, because like as right now, it's a great space to like, actually like do things with other people, actually do like the voice acting, the read throughs, have a community and everything. And I would like to see myself keep doing this and, find time to do more voice acting and try out for more roles and get better at what I do. I don't think voice acting is something that's gonna like get away from me at some point. I think it'll stick with me for, hopefully forever, because it's always been something that's kind of been very interesting. And in the past, I've done things before I even came to SleepyCat Films. I had a friend, and we would do our own personal projects for like variety of like different things, not just Marvel or DC. We did like Transformers, and stuff like that. And I've always had like such like a love for voice acting, so I definitely want to see myself do more, like grow into more roles, meet more people, branch out, do more things. Because I think overall, there's no negative to it, and I mean, I enjoy it personally. So I just want to be able to keep that going and just find more people who enjoy what I enjoy.
Absolutely. I think one of the main things that we've talked about recently, when it comes to less of the voice acting side, but more of the behind the scenes side, is Marvel and diving into the Marvel universe. We talked about
That's
Daredevil, we talked about X-Men. Um,
yes.
without getting into too much of like spoilers, where are you interested in entering in? Bry is very much an X-Men fan. I
Oh,
recently watched X-Men '97, so we could
so
kind of
good.
have a conversation about X-Men a little bit. Um,
Yeah, so I'm a huge Marvel fan. I've been big on Marvel since I was a kid. I think I like it just a little bit more than DC, but I love them both. But honestly, for Sleepycat Films, I would 100% love to write something for that. Because I've always been like a writer to some extent. I've done poetry in the past. I've written essays. I've written scripts. I've written for films, stuff like that. And I would 100% love to help out with that, especially in the Marvel universe. We did talk about Daredevil. So I'm currently reading some Daredevil runs to, get some ideas and everything, because I haven't really read up on Daredevil in a while. So I'm going back through that. But X-Men, I've always loved the X-Men. They're so cool, and I definitely would also be interested in helping out like with anything for that. They're just like such a great team, and there's just like so much that they have that you could build off of.
yeah,
Absolutely. I feel like X-Men have a very interesting dynamic as well. I mean, they are literally living in the same house in some iterations. It's not as similar to like the MCU in a way, where everyone's kind of doing their own thing, and then for the movie they're all hanging out.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
I think it would be really, really interesting to see something from SleepyCat Films from the X-Men. I'm always a big
Oh,
proponent of
100%.
that.
Oh, I think it would work like great, especially with like the group of people we have. I think there's like so much that could be done, especially with the X-Men. Like that would chef's kiss. It'd be perfect.
well, if you ever need somebody to
Absolutely.
audition for Gambit, I mean, I hear I can go low. I can do the voice. I won't for the audience right now because I'm not about to embarrass myself. But yeah, um,
You don't want to put yourself out there? Come on, I believe. Let's do it, Logan.
the name's Gambit,
Oh.
mon ami.
All
Remember
right.
it.
Yeah, that's it.
That was pretty solid.
But yeah,
Um,
I love the X-Men. You know, we've talked about it. I actually think of the 4 episodes that we've recorded in the past few weeks, I think we've mentioned X-Men at least 3 times. um,
I'm
my
I'm
favorite,
definitely getting us up in those numbers.
my favorite member of the X-Men is Gambit, easily.
Mm-hmm.
Bry, we all know who your favorite is.
Nightcrawler's my guy. What can I say? I love him. He's
Really?
fuzzy and blue, and
Okay,
he's got 3
Nightcrawler love.
fingers. Absolutely,
Yes.
100%.
Me personally,
Who's your favorite?
I've always been a big proponent of Iceman. That is my goat right there.
Ooh.
I love Iceman.
Absolutely.
Good pick.
So I guess, keeping on that bandwagon, you talked about you've written for films, you've written stuff like that. When did your writing journey actually begin?
Ooh, that would have to be, I would say late, like 6th grade probably. So me and my friend, we were really big in comics, and I met him in 5th grade, and so we were huge like comic book nerds. We loved superheroes. Me and him would go watch movies all the time. And what we did was we came up with this like comic book company, where we made our own like superheroes and backstories and like a whole bunch of things. We named it like Sunburst Comics, I think it was. And we made like a whole thing, and I'd come over to his house and like spend the night, and we would just stay up like all night, like writing characters, writing scripts and everything, like bouncing ideas off of each other. It was really fun. And then as as time progressed, we did more with that in like mid to late middle school, and then early high school we transitioned into Transformers stuff, because he has like a lot of that. So we were gonna make like a stop motion series. And so I believe I wrote the script for the Wreckers, and like I think there was a Decepticon spin-off movie that I wrote for. I think it was Shockwave that I wrote about. So I did that, and I did a little bit of voice acting for that. So we did some voice acting. I played Bumblebee in one of them, I remember, but we never actually ended up releasing it, or finishing it, unfortunately. But that was kind of my first exposure to, like voice acting and writing and everything, and I just enjoy doing it. Like I like to write all the time. Like it's anytime I find like the opportunity to, I definitely enjoy being able to do that.
Absolutely. I mean, you mentioned doing stop motion. Was that a 3D craft or was that drawn? What was that the experience like?
So yeah, we used the plan was to use the like figures that he had of each of the characters, and so we had tripods and stuff, and we made like backgrounds out of cardboard boxes, and so we would like set it up, put like the tripod up, and then we'd like take pictures, and it'd be like, oh, it'd take forever. It would take hours just to get like a couple scenes done, but it was fun. It was still fun for sure.
Absolutely. And that's art, honestly.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
so cool to hear about.
Yeah, and talking about, of course, Transformers, and X-Men, Daredevil. One of my favorite parts of these kind of, in a way, very dark universes,
Yeah.
is their horror elements. I think we've talked a little bit about you being a little bit of a horror fan.
Oh yeah, 100%. I love horror, everything like that. I think for my Wreckers script, I think the first half I kind of started it out as an introduction to the characters, and then the rest of it was pretty much a horror movie. I definitely like hit hard with like the darker tones and everything. I love to write like that. I have a short story that I wrote. It was a horror story not too long ago, and it was about like mannequins and like these like it's like it was supposed to be like a 3 series thing where it's like these creatures from like space haunt like these objects, like everyday objects. And so the first book focused on mannequins, and like what it does is you have to like the people are hunted by these things, and they have like a craving to like be like people. So what the whole thing was
Ooh.
like them trying to use the people's physical elements and make themselves look like people, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
That is ominous.
It was fun to write.
Of course,
It sounds it.
one of the most prolific horror writers in the genre is Stephen King. He comes to mind for me because I have been watching It, Welcome to Derry, and it's phenomenal.
It's
But
I've heard really good things.
yeah, you have spoken kind of about, to me, I vaguely remember you talking about being a fan of Stephen King.
Yes.
What was the first novel that got you into his work?
So interestingly, like about Derry, or Welcome to Derry, it was the It book that really first got me into it. It was just
Wow.
like a huge book. It's massive. I think I have it somewhere in my room, but yeah. I think it was probably like late middle school. So the first movie had already come out, and so I found the book, and I was like, I think I'd rather read this than watch the movie. And so like I went
Wow.
through and I read it, and then I watched the movie, and the movie was like completely different because if you've read the book, you know the order. It doesn't do the same thing as the movies. But I like read it and I was like, wow, that was really good, despite some of the weird things that he does. But it's Stephen King.
Yes. I was gonna
But
say you read the book.
unfortunately, no one warned me about that. So I mean, I don't know. He writes like so well, and the way that he like describes things, it's just like so interesting, and like he manages to like build up such like a like an ominous like feeling and like almost all of his scenes, and he writes like so well and so descriptively that like you kind of feel like you're there. And so just like a
Yeah.
lot of his books do the same thing, and they're all very like straightforward, descriptive, like dark and like gross pretty much. But I've always loved his writing. It's so good.
Absolutely. I think horror can bring out a lot of elements that sometimes we're not ready to talk about, like personally with other people, or there are so many metaphors that can be played with in that horror space. It's a really great tool to talk about the abstract and the
No, but yeah, I agree with what you were saying 100% with like all like metaphors and like kind of like revealing like other things. It's an interesting genre to say the least.
Honestly,
King.
I don't have much to say on my end other than listeners, if you are comfortable with getting uncomfortable, go watch It, Welcome to Derry. It is really good.
It is.
I've heard really good things. I'm not terribly attached to the It universe. I think I would mostly watch it for the horror aspect. Me and my friend actually started a horror night where every 2 weeks we watch a few of the classic horror movies. And
that's so cool.
It's been really fun. You know, we've watched classics, Friday and Halloween, and we'll finish them all one day.
All of them.
All of them, yeah.
You know, all the horror movies.
It's really hard. With all of the Sleepycat films, DC and Marvel stuff, we've kind of subverted to animation. We're trying to find animators.
Yes.
Because we have such a big pool of voice actors online that we just don't have in person. But I have been really hard trying to write a horror film. We came out with Insomnia, which is a very personal. It's not horror really. It's labeled as a horror film on on our YouTube channel, but it's really more of just like eerie.
I think I watched that. I do remember. Yeah.
It's really just about the feeling that when it's like 3:00 in the morning and you have insomnia and you can't fall asleep, you have this looming feeling of something watching you, and that something's always over your shoulder. And
I've definitely experienced that. I mean, I always look in the corners of my room because that's the darkest spot for me, you know?
yeah,
I'm always thinking someone's hiding up there or some shit.
but yeah,
Well,
it's a really interesting thing. But I've been trying to get into writing a horror short film, or just a horror film in general, because so many great directors, Sam Raimi, of course, being the main one that comes to mind for me, did Evil Dead. Or wait,
mhm,
did he do? Yeah, Evil Dead.
I think so.
Um,
Did he not?
no, I think it was Evil Dead. I get them. I get the title of Dawn of the Dead and Evil Dead mixed up. Very different movies, though.
Very different.
But yeah, he did Evil Dead, and it was his. I think it was his first like big film, and yeah. So I've been trying to get into the horror space and writing a horror film, but it's very difficult.
Well, I would definitely love to help with that. I'll be closer to Georgia in like 6 months. So if you ever need somebody to come up and help film something, I'd be willing to come down or come up,
That
I
would
guess.
honestly be sick.
I definitely
It's
I
like such
definitely
a
would
good
like to
plan.
film something like that. That'd be very fun. I 100% would take the time off to do that.
Speaking of directors, I would like to bring up Jordan Peele and his work on Us, Nope, Get Out. I feel like that's what really got me into horror, you know?
Yeah.
Especially Nope. Nope was such an incredible film, and everything was connected. I think making the pieces connected is what really, really draws me into horror.
Oh, 100%, I agree.
It's not as much of a horror film, but recently, I unfortunately haven't finished it because I've been so busy with finals coming up. But I started watching Del Toro's Frankenstein, and it
Ooh.
is so good. Oscar
Yes.
Isaac plays Victor. Jacob Elordi plays Frankenstein's monster. It is a great film, and I can actually thank my film teacher for getting me to finally watch it.
That's good.
I've heard really good things about
I love
that.
that movie.
Yeah, so on the topic of directors, we talked about horror. I made the joke about getting Dawn of the Dead and Evil Dead mixed up. Dawn of the Dead was actually written by James Gunn, and directed by Zack
James
Snyder.
Gunn.
Which is really interesting. It's written by,
it's funny.
Like I said, written by James Gunn, directed by Zack Snyder. Very ironic today. Yeah, so James Gunn, obviously, his biggest film of the year, easily.
Of 2025.
My favorite film of the year of 2025, probably, Superman.
Superman, yes.
Bri, have you seen Superman?
Who do you think I am? Yes, I've seen Superman.
Okay,
What do you take me for, a fraud?
Well, it'll be January. I think we can talk a little bit spoilers.
I think it's past the spoiler barrier. I mean, you could put up a time code if you want.
Yeah,
for guests
the
who don't.
YouTube audience will get a time code. Spotify. Sorry, guys.
R.I.P.
Sorry, guys.
R.I.P.
Good luck.
If you haven't seen Superman, go watch it and then come back, I guess, because you totally should watch Superman.
Go watch.
We
It's
will
out
be
on
here.
streaming, is it not?
It is. It's on HBO.
Oh. I was
it's on
gonna
HBO,
say, yeah.
and I think I really want to get the Blu-ray. I just haven't
I
gotten
love
it.
the physical media.
But yeah, talking about Superman, what are your favorite parts? It's a bit of a return to form, especially from Man of Steel.
100%.
So how do you feel about that? Talk a little bit about your view on Superman.
Yeah, so we can start with the unfortunate mess of the Snyder Superman. So that was a movie. That was a movie.
Fun fact, did exist.
I mean, it was
Unfortunately.
really just aura farming. Like that's all that he did. That's all that he did. I mean, that's all I can really attribute it to. Like the whole scene where like his dad is like doesn't make sense to me. And then like
Buddy.
there's just so much wrong with that.
For the listeners, Rick just very accurately recreated when John Kent put out his hand to stop Clark from saving him in the tornado.
Fun fact, I forgot about that. Oh,
so bad.
It's not Man of Steel, but the scene that comes to my mind when it comes to Henry Cavill's Superman aura farming is in BVS when he's
Go and say it.
in BVS when he's standing in the middle of the Capitol building in the flames, and he's like, "Oh no, Lex just killed the entire cabinet and everybody else who was in here." And oh wait,
it does like
and then just fucking hold on, just side tangent real quick. Why did Lex give the senator piss in a jar?
I don't even know. Was he just mad at him?
For the
Like
bit?
I think
For the bit?
I kind of took that as just like he didn't like him or something.
He literally took
was
the
just
piss out of him. Oh my god.
A personal fu.
Oh my god. Just
It's so
literally
bad.
taking the piss. Jesus.
But into
Beating
like
the-
Superman
beating the piss out of
2025. Oh.
Oh
But
my god. But continue, right?
Superman 2025 is leagues better. It's not even comparable. My favorite parts, actually, I think my favorite scene from the movie has to be the Mr. Terrific fight scene.
Yes.
I
Oh my god.
love that scene. Mr. Terrific is one of my favorite DC characters of all time. He's probably up there in my top 5, maybe top 3.
Wow.
And just being able to like actually see him like on like in the theater and like have like a whole like big part of the movie to himself was just so nice. Like the actor played him so well. Like it's actually crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He like shined so hard in that movie, and that fight scene was choreographed like so well and so
It was
fun. Like I had the
incredible.
biggest smile on my face.
I love that it was all
And
done in one shot. I love that the camera
Yes.
just follows around Lois, and you really feel like you're in Lois's point of view, where you're like, "What the hell is going on?" Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
it
will
was
say also, Mr. Terrific's makeup and mask for this movie is incredible.
Yes.
yeah.
And how
They
the
did
mask
that so well.
does cover the face and the lips, but it doesn't obscure the actor's ability to act.
Yeah.
I think that's a really talented feature from the makeup and design team.
100% agree. It was so good.
100%. I was one of the lucky people who got to see the early Amazon screening on the 8th. And
Wow, nice.
the movie blew me away because obviously I went in and I was like, I hope that this is better than Man of Steel. And there are
Low
so
bar.
many small scenes that just really... The movie made me cry several times. I
Yes.
remember
Same.
John Kent and Clark on the porch
Mm.
when he's like, "I'm so proud of you," and they have that whole interaction where he basically tells him, you are who you are, not because of what we did, not because of what your alien parents did. You are you because that's your moral compass and what you have chosen to do. We gave you the tools. You chose to make it. And I
100%.
think that that's just such a powerful message. So that's, one of the scenes that really did a lot. But I also think one of the scenes that really did so much, and we don't have to get political on the podcast, but the scene when the kid put up the flag with the Superman symbol on it.
That was good.
Was calling
Yes.
his name. It it did something, and I was actually watching a reaction video, and even though it was like skipping around the movie, that scene came up, and I was in class, and I still felt choked up.
I remember one scene that like I specifically like shed a tear on. It was like right towards like the climax. You know, they're fighting in the city, and then that one building comes down, and it's about to crush the girl in the car, and then he like catches it,
Oh.
and she looks to the side and like sees him, and then she like
Yeah.
drives off, and we see him rise through like the dust, and his theme starts playing. I was like, that is my Superman. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
absolutely.
it was so good.
Absolutely. Or farming in the right way.
In the right way. I
Yes!
got chills. I got chills just talking about it again. It's so
Yeah.
good.
I think two of my favorite scenes from that film is during the climax when he's talking to Lex, and you can see the sun shining behind him, and the just not that his power comes from just the sun, that it comes from his family and how he was raised and his own moral compass.
Yeah.
And then at the end, when they flip he likes to watch his family's video on its head,
Yeah.
and it's pictures of him growing up. I cried at that. It made me think of the Barbie movie and just seeing all those faces smiling and happy and those moments in his life that were so monumental. It made me cry. I cried maybe twice during that movie, yeah.
Yeah.
It was such a good way to end it off. I was like, that is amazing. Like, that is beautiful. I love that.
It's so good.
And of course that cliffhanger with Supergirl. Well, not cliffhanger, but that little tease to Supergirl. It's one of my favorite lines in the movie. Because I think it just encompasses this version of the character so well. And I have quoted several times to multiple of my friends, "Thanks for watching it, bitch." That's my... Yeah, me too.
I know.
The trailer...
Trailer was incredible.
I think at the time of recording, it came out last week.
Yeah, very
Thursday?
recently.
Yeah. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited that it's an adaptation of a fantastic comic. I'm really happy to see Lobo in it, who Jason Momoa always should have been. Yeah, I'm really excited, and I'm excited that it is a different director than James, because I think, Peacemaker Season 2, fantastic in my opinion. Superman, obviously, we've talked about, great. Creature Commando is really good. But I'm excited to see a different vision in the DC U, and I trust Greg Gillespie with all my heart. So, yeah.
I'm looking
I'm very
forward
much
to,
excited
I
for-
think,
Sorry, go ahead.
the artist direction for color grading and seeing the set design for this movie, because the original comic had gorgeous art.
Yes.
I mean, so stunning panels. I think the artist's name is Bilquis Evely. Excuse me if I am mispronouncing that.
I think so. Yeah.
But her work is incredible.
Yes. And the writer, of course, being Tom King, who, love him or hate him, love him. I love a lot of Tom King's work. I think it's called Human Target, which was a really good series. He did, I think, the first run on Batman and the New 52. A lot of people don't like him because of the fact that he was like, "Oh yeah, Batman and Catwoman are finally gonna get married," and then didn't do it. Gotta love that, but no.
That's funny.
Other than that, I really like that comic, and I think Tom King just does a great job. And I think he, well, no, he didn't write the script. I'm trying to think of her name. Oh man, oh that's so embarrassing. She's also writing Wonder Woman though. And I'm really excited. Yeah. but she is writing Wonder Woman. She was writing Teen Titans for the DCU. And I'm really excited to see what her writing style is like and what brought James and Peter Safran so much into being interested in her writing this many projects. Yeah.
Is it Anna?
Anna Noguera, yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm really excited. For our video watchers as well as our listeners, Riverside kind of crashed for us, so we're back on Discord.
All right.
Yeah, so I guess getting back on topic, we were talking about trivia, and 1938 was when Superman first came out. Did you guess the run that he came out in, though?
I have no idea the run he came out in.
Action Comic.
I knew it wasn't DC. Darn it! I should have guessed.
It's how it goes.
All right.
Some other trivia for you. We spoke a little bit about favorite musicians, and you spoke about Daniel Caesar.
Yeah.
So he found major success through his album Freudian in 2017. But my question is, what are his 2 EPs that were released before that? Extra points if you name the years.
Okay, so the only one that I remember has the word break in it. I do remember there being another one. I think I listened to the other one maybe once. So there's no way I'm going to remember that. But it was... I know this.
I believe.
Oh, you know what? Is it... Dude. Praise Break?
Yeah!
Yes, okay.
Good
and
job.
If I had to guess a year, 2013 or 14?
Yeah, 2014.
Oh, nice.
I think
I don't remember the other one.
sick.
I think they were both just like 2 words, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can never remember the other one, but I do remember Praise Break. That was... Yeah, it's been a while since I listened to that, though. Dang. That's like a...
Yeah. Original. So it was, like you said, Praise Break 2014, and then Pilgrim's Paradise 2015.
That sounds kind of familiar. I don't think I would have got it, but...
That's all right.
I think this is the first time that we've had somebody pass like most of the trivia questions.
You're killing it.
We do have one last trivia question before we move to our closing. So we talked about Superman and his popularity. What are a few aliases? Can you name at least 3 notable ones?
Of Superman?
Yeah, like not Clark Kent, not Superman, but like the extra aliases or like nicknames that he's been given.
His
So
titles.
like Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Man of Steel. Are we counting like runs where like he's like because there's what's the other one called? Are we talking about like specific runs where he's got like a different name?
Just
like a powered version?
No, just like in general. Like Man of Steel is a big
nicknames.
one. Yeah.
Man of Steel. That's like the biggest one I know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There was... I cannot remember the name of the other one. Oh my gosh. And I just watched a TikTok video the other day that had it in it. I don't know. All I know is Man of Steel. I genuinely don't know anymore. I think I've finally been stumped.
So there's a lot. The ones that we have listed are it says Superboy, but I think that was only for a show, and also there was a run like way back in the day. but there was
Yeah,
also
Superboy. Yeah.
there was also, of
Counts.
course, the Man of Steel, the Last Son of Krypton, the Man of Tomorrow, the Big Blue Boy Scout.
Big Blue Boy Scout.
It says the Metropolis Marvel. I've never heard that one before though. Big Blue, is something that Guy Gardner calls him in Superman. So just those are a few that come to my mind.
I should have known Man of Tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I knew there was another Man one, and I couldn't. Isn't that literally the new Superman movie's name?
Yeah. Well, it's
Oh, is it?
it's a Lex Superman movie. It's weird. It's like both of their movie, more of a Lex movie in my head probably, but yeah.
Interesting.
Gosh.
Well, yeah, we really appreciate you being here. This has
course.
been
Thank
great.
you.
I'm so sorry that we've had so many technical difficulties in this episode. We know from now on that Discord is our way to go.
Yep.
But yeah, this time is yours. At the time of every episode, we give the guest a chance to shout out their social media, a project they're working on, a project that people should check out. Anything you want to talk about, this time is yours. Tell the people what they should be looking at.
All right. Really, if you want to hear more questions, anything, my TikTok is, I believe, I think it's just like Fist of Khonshu, all lowercase with a 0 at the end.
Mm.
That should be what it is. But if that doesn't work, I know my Instagram. It's private, so you'll have to follow me first, and I'll probably follow back. It's Rick with an underscore, and then my last name Ryder, so it's Ryder, and then TY, no spaces after the Ryder. That's pretty much what it is. I'm currently not working on any projects that are public. Only things that I'm really doing is looking into like the Daredevil and X-Men stuff for you, Logan. And no, don't really have any projects or anything. But yeah, that's my TikTok. I guess if you just want to see like random videos of me. But if you want to reach out or anything, I'd say Instagram is probably the best way to go. But nothing really else. That's kind of all I have to say. Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. This has been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Yes.
For those who are listening, you can follow the Sleepycat Films at the Sleepycat Films on all pages. If you'd like to get a little bit more of an interaction with Sleepycat Films, find out a little bit more about how we were created, who is behind these amazing projects, you can go to sleepycatfilms.my.canva.site. If you'd like to support us with money, or if you just like to get an easier way to find our videos other than Spotify and YouTube, because you know those algorithms hate us, you can go to patreon.com/sleepycatfilms. My name is Logan Murray, as always. You can follow me at Logan K. Murray on all platforms.
And my name has been Bri Wimberly. You can follow me on TikTok at Sons Ablaze Cosplay, or you can email me at sonsablazeCosplay@gmail.com with periods in between the letters.
And yeah, don't forget to stay creative, and we'll see you next week. The Sleepycat Films Official Podcast is an L7 Media audio production made in association with Sleepycat Films and Splatsbox Studios. The show is hosted by Bri Wimberly and me, Logan Murray. The special guest for this episode was Rick Ryder. Creative director for the Sleepycat Films Official Podcast is Bri Wimberly. Production coordinator is Kat Jones. Executive producers from Sleepycat Films are Logan Murray, Bri Wimberly, and Harold Scott. Executive producers from Splatsbox Studios are Zipporah Williams and Aaron Shepard. Associate producers from L7 Media are Raphael Badar and Rox Roman. This episode was edited by Raphael Badar. Music by Rob Red and Harold Scott. The Sleepycat Films Official Podcast is sponsored by the Sleepycat Films Patreon page, go to patreon.com/SleepyCatFilms. Our show is also sponsored by the Sleepycat Films official website. Go to sleepycatfilms.my.canva.site. The Sleepycat Films Official Podcast is released every Monday at 12 p.m. EST on YouTube and Spotify. If you'd like to support us, like, subscribe, and follow us on all platforms at the Sleepycat Films. All links are in the YouTube description and linktree. Link in bio. Thanks, everyone, and I will see you next week. Piss in a jar